Hello and welcome back to New Year, New Game. This is where I attempt to play 365 games in my Steam library that I've never played before. This is game 132, Warhammer 40k, Chaos Gate, Daemon Hunters, where you gotta hunt down all the great daemons. Nurgle, Matt, Matt Damon, which I had no idea he was like one of these demon chaos lords from Warhammer 40k lore. That's crazy. No, I'm kidding. It's great game. Lovely game. Plays a lot like XCOM 2 if you're used to those kinds of games. I've got a few other ones that I wanted to play. We did another XCOM 2-esque clone. I call them XCOM 2 clones because that's just like the type of game that I played was the XCOM series. So, yeah, that to me is just any other game that plays like that is a clone of that particular game, and I'm pretty sure that there's been other games that have released before that play like this. That's just how I refer to these types of things, like how they have Metroidvania, where it's Metroid and Castlevania, and now it's a category of game. For me, this is what I call an XCOM game. It's not really an XCOM game. However, if you add a bunch of mods to XCOM 2, it can turn into a Warhammer game. Kinda. But going off topic here. Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemon Hunters is great. I enjoyed playing it. I love the tactic-based type things with the game. It really goes off the Warhammer lore, and you kind of follow the Space Marines as they go through and fight Chaos Space Marines. And Chaos is usually like in 3 kind of factions, and it seems like you're fighting the War faction, where it's just like a bunch of the red daemons and things like that. And then as we progress further, we come across an Inquisitor, which is a part of another faction within the Space Marines, because there's a whole flavor going on with that. And she needed to take our ship, and she did, to another planet that had poxwalkers on it, and poxwalkers are little minions to Nurgle, which is another flavor of the Chaos Space Marines demons that we have to deal with. And that's also like when I play the tabletop war game. That's who I use, or the Poxy boys. I like just spreading my plague. I only have a starter set. I didn't get too invested into it. I was just like, I want to try this game out. I went halves with somebody on a starter set and took the plagues out of them. That game's expensive. Like $200-300 will get you started. And yeah, after that, you're just spending a whole bunch. You want to get like a big figure, a tank, or a giant demon, something like that. Guess what? That's like $100+. You're spending almost $200 on one of those big old figures, which is absolutely ridiculous. The prices that they pay, especially with how easy it is now to print miniatures, because 3D printers are becoming more affordable. I mean, you're still going to spend hundreds of dollars for a 3D printer, but you're better off spending $100-some-odd. You're spending more than that. Like, if it's on sale, anywhere between $100 and $300 to get yourself a decent resin printer. And then the liquid resin that you use to print out miniatures is only like $14. And you could print out quite a lot of miniatures with just that one. I mean, depending on the size and everything like that, is how quickly you'll go through your resin. If you're printing large scale type things, then it's going to take you quite a bit. I mean, you probably get like 2 or 3 large scales out of it. Either way, there's people out there who make copycat sculpts, or if you even wanted to just use the book and then have a whole set of different types of miniatures that all look the same. I've seen somebody play Warhammer with Star Wars Legion miniatures using the Clone War units as Space Marines. I've seen someone doing fantasy Warhammer with Lego dwarfs, and I think it was just all Lego Gimli from Lord of the Rings for those Lego, what's it called, Dimensions, when a bunch of them went to the 99-cent store where those Lord of the Rings ones were out there. and someone went and just bought a whole bunch of them and made a whole dwarven army using just him. Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, but Warhammer's got a large following. I think it's too big to fail. They've got a large variety of video games. Some good, some bad. This one gets to be, or I should say some good, most bad. This one gets to be an exception, however, and be one of the good ones because of the way that it plays. We did have a bit of an audio bug at some point. I don't know if they'll fix that or not. They might. And one downside too to Warhammer games is sometimes that they get canceled if it's like a live service type game. They had an MMO for Warhammer Fantasy, shut down. They had a like Halo-esque war shooter game where you could play Space Marines, Chaos, and Orcs, shut down. Which was a real bummer. I liked that game. That game was pretty fun. So yeah, but this was a great game. You'll see through the play how wonderful this game is, and I could go on with a list and talking about all these different Warhammer games, but I'm gonna save it because I rant about it at the end of this video, so we don't need it at the beginning too. Anyways, I hope that you all will enjoy Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Demon Hunters here on New Year, New Game. Let's go do a new campaign, shall we? Medium sounds good. Oh no, it's merciful. Standard campaign. Warning, difficult settings cannot be changed once campaign has begun. Let's do ourselves a standard. Grandmaster mode. Disable manual saving. The campaign will be limited to a single autosave slot only. DLC elite units and special launch equipment. Sure. Why not? There it goes. It's like a hit confirm. Photosensitivity warning. Some individuals may have an undetected epileptic condition. Experience seizures. So if you're prone to seizures, probably shouldn't watch this video. Ugh. So I got Porygon in here somewhere. It's gonna be a whole issue.
It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. Mankind wages a never-ending battle for survival against the demonic power of the Chaos Gods. But by one force is humanity shielded from true darkness. The Grey Knights. This secret chapter of Space Marines are the Imperium's surest defense against that which the Emperor foresaw would be its greatest threat. Humanity's blade against the demon. For in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Imagine that, of all the pop culture things that do like future stuff, imagine Warhammer being the one that gets it right. Like, oh yeah, everyone's just gonna be in a massive war with each other.
Unidentified Astartes vessel.
Yeah, okay. Back to
This is Captain Ferrani Everick of the warship Holiness of Ra. Geheris is lost.
It's a good name.
Repeat, Geheris is lost. All Imperial vessels are to withdraw at once.
not Geheris. Oh no.
Astartes vessel, do you read me? Geheris is doomed. Please acknowledge this warning and...
You have done all you can, Captain. Go, in the Emperor's light.
You cannot sail into this storm.
We do what we must. Farewell, Captain.
Get destroyed by a storm.
Hexagramic wards are under maximal pressure.
Commander, we cannot maintain this orbit for long.
Dispatch the assault team at once. I will join them and put an end to this myself.
Your will be done.
It's like Extreme Crusaders. Space Extreme Crusaders. Old space to skip, I don't want to do that.
The assault team is engaged, Commander. They clear a path for your arrival.
Here I stand. One unbreakable shield against the darkness. Tonight the Cadium falls, Hector. Our quest is finally near its end.
Right. Those all tendrils coming out through the sky there. Your armor value protects your knight's health and regenerates at the beginning of their turn. Isn't that nice? Regenerative armor. God, those scribes, that had to be kind of hard to write. They pin it to a wall with all these fancy ornaments on it. Go off to the floor. Alright, let's continue.
Palamedes, report.
We have cleared a path through this chaff. Our target lies ahead.
Time is against us, brothers. We breach the cathedral.
Just say brothers, I just see the one. Move cursor here, press left click to select position. Press again to confirm.
Ha! Deluded zealots.
Your Imperium shall burn!
Cowards and weaklings. Advancing into cover.
Full cover
Punish
reduces.
that craven fool.
Characters gain 3 action points each turn. These action points can be used for movement, attack, and abilities. In any sequence tip, you can quickly select the ability with 1. It's a good tip. Press the target cultist, preview damage you can deal to him. Press left click to shoot your storm bolter. Your damage can be affected by distance, any cover, and other factors.
Face the Emperor's judgment.
Now we have to reload. Confirm. Real XCOM 2-esque, which is very good.
End that heretic.
Absolutely enjoy XCOM. Partial cover. Yeah, and I guess we will take this guy out. With our side bolts. Down they go. They lost their arms in that fight.
Dispense of that heretic with your blade.
Move into melee.
Grant them no quarter.
Yes, Commander. I am the Emperor's Fury.
You're out of cover, Uther. Trust in the Aegis.
Activating the Aegis shield, which would give me armor. It shall protect me.
Gods be with
Faith
me!
is my shield.
The horror!
What'd you call
Die,
me?
Imperial dog! Overwatch.
Overwatch. This is a firing zone.
It bleeds.
Forgot to turn that off.
Wretch.
Come at me now.
So
Time
no
stands
acting
against
within
us. I will breach the cathedral.
Alright, move our camera into the cathedral. Reach the door by moving Agbag into the cathedral. Move him here. Ooh, consider it
Demons,
breached.
I will not be delayed by
Demons. As just objects identified with the icon, they can often be interacted with to your advantage. Select the pillar. Select our target. This way. Confirm. Very nice.
Iolanthus, your brother is pinned. Advance and deliver retribution.
By your command.
Deploy your frag grenade, brother.
Deploy your frag grenade, brother.
We are Hammer.
Very nice.
Deliver the Emperor's judgment, Uther.
Judgment
Advance and
delivered.
train your bolter on that doorway.
So we're gonna move here, gonna put
Unleash
ourselves into
your blessed
Overwatch.
ammunition the moment they are exposed.
Boom.
Palamedes, prepare for the demon's charge.
Okay, so we're gonna go here.
At once, Commander.
We want you to go into Overwatch too. There we go. It is now the enemy's turn.
Only in death does duty end.
We'll recover in 3 turns. Hit him back. Don't just take it.
I sense dark powers.
Rear strike. Adjacent enemies with melee weapons will automatically strike you if you move out of range. Ignore the reaction strike and set your waypoint toward the inner sanctum. We ignore. Let's go. Rotating the camera. For a better view. Just do that. Q and E. Activate the ability. Your knights also have powerful abilities. Can cost both AP and willpower to use.
These soulless curs shall hinder us no longer.
There we go. Confirm. Power spear. Sweet.
End that demon, Palamedes.
Engaging now. Curses!
Auto defense. The Bloodletter has the auto defense parry that can cancel the first melee attack against it. Attack him again!
I will end.
We cannot lose another battle, brother Iolanthus. Both demons must be destroyed.
Stun. Precision strike. A successful critical strike with melee attacks allows you to damage one of the enemy's target points. For an advantage in combat, select the torso for bonus of +2. And we stun him.
Return to the jaws of your master.
If stun a Bloodletter, stun enemy will always be crit by your next attack, giving you an easy access to precision targeting. Execute. Many enemies are vulnerable to executions while stunned. Executing an enemy will give all of your knights +1 AP. Nice. Achievement unlocked, Executioner. Which means that we can now attack again. Kill the Bloodletter. 4 strike.
I walk forward.
Excellent. I will move on ahead. There is not much time, brothers, but we must prepare for the coming battle.
Swap your next available Grey Knight tip. You can also press tab.
I can sense enemy reinforcements.
Heal.
Palamedes, resuscitate Uther, so you may both defend against them.
Let's go heal.
Take
just
up
stab
defensive
them to heal?
positions, Palamedes. The enemy reinforcements will be here soon.
Reload.
Your resolve is commendable, Uther. Join Palamedes in defense of the cathedral.
Reload.
Iolanthus, with me. There's a breach in the wall ahead.
This way.
I will breach the inner sanctum.
Oh, what are we going to see here? Well, bunch of nerds in here. Doing nerd things. And just like that, the jocks punish the nerds.
Very cool.
Futile! Millions of souls feed the flame. The threshold is passed. The warp emerges.
Your cult is broken. Your ritual is ended. Relish this breath, for it is your last.
Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull thrower.
Oh, smash. Here come the enemies.
To my side, Iolanthus.
We here.
I will show you true wrath, demon.
So we're gonna take him on in close combat, huh? Surprised he doesn't have one of those defense things. Stay in Overwatch. Fire! Hey, stick that one. So they overwatch until they're out of ammo.
Shall not fail.
Both dead.
Our brothers have bought us precious time, Iolanthus. Flank that demon and fire at will.
Send another waypoint with this. Oh, okay. That's cool. Let's get him.
For the Emperor!
You profane this sacred place with your master's fire. This ends now, demon.
Yeah, what do you want me to do exactly? Just going straight in and taking the fire? Is that what's happening? Are we we're the tough guy? We're the tough guy. Let's go into the fire. Definitely gonna kill us now. Yeah, as I thought.
For the Emperor.
Ah. We got plot armor. Alright, let's go.
Pathetic mortal! Weakling spawn of a false god!
I am the light that banishes darkness.
Your prayers!
Yeah. Captain Planet.
I am the hammer!
Boom. In the throat, bleeding lava.
You have beaten me for now, little knight. But the war I fight is eternal!
Dies on a pile of skulls. How fitting.
Analysis. Warp signatures fading.
Then the blood ritual has ended. Where is that report?
I do like how their
Report.
ships kind of look like cathedrals.
Where is the commander?
He died a champion's death. Blade on blade against the foulest blasphemy.
TikTok influencers. Victory! We win! But at what cost? Your commander has fallen, but all is not lost. The Grey Knights are powerful, genetically modified super soldiers. They can sustain injuries that would kill a normal human, but they are not invincible. Your knights each have a special resource called Resilience, which indicates how many critical wounds they can survive over the course of the campaign before their injuries require their remains to be returned to your home on Titan. As your knights rise in rank, they will eventually earn more resilience. Well, isn't that lovely? So he's not dead. His remains just have to go to Titan. He'll be back as like a skull machine. I mean, it just depends. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. So is the planet normally supposed to look like a giant sun? Is that the
A long
normal look of the
campaign
planet?
Over at last.
Over.
A victory at the cost of the commander's life.
Alive, he was ever a faithful servant to the Emperor. A true hero. In death, at least his duty has finally ended.
Assertion. This ship remains in crisis. The Baleful Edict is seriously damaged. There are grievous matters to attend.
Ooh, grievous matters.
Ah, yes. That is why I have invited our guest.
You have appointed him to take the commander's place?
I've been
No one
watching the
suitable
whole
survived
time.
the campaign.
Falsehood. You also live.
My apologies, Acting Commander. The priests of Mars do not understand our knightly oaths. Our men and stores are
Tell
severely
me what I don't
diminished.
understand.
Your task is to lead us for the voyage home. It is a simple duty, and once we return to Titan, I will put the future of your command to the chapter's grandmasters. In the meantime, I will provide what advice I can.
Simba's looking a little less Holy Crusader and a little more Hell's Angels.
But remember, the Baleful Edict is my chief concern. Be careful with this ship.
We sail for Titan on your word, Commander. Strikeforce ciphers at your disposal.
Welcome to the Baleful Edict. With the fall of Commander Agravian, yep, man died, can't even remember his name. You have been promoted to provisional command of the Baleful Edict. Baleful Edict. For our journey back to Titan, this should be a simple duty. But you will need to manage our limited resources and respond to any threats we encounter along the way. Strikeforce Zephos is at your disposal.
Commander, could you please join me in the Strategium?
Look at how cool that is. That ship there.
One of our battle brothers has proved himself worthy. Let us honor his deeds.
You get a paper attached to your armor. Isn't this great? You're gonna get promoted.
Brother Ulrich is a talented justicer. Please decide where he should focus his training to support you in the field. With every promotion, your knights gain 2 ability points, which you can use to expand their
Terminator armor,
capabilities.
nice. Willpower, talents, and augments for Justica. Oh, this like changes the whole setup. What's this one? Cybolt, upgrade Cybolt. You know, we get Terminator armor here. Oh, we get the thing that's lit up. So for this, we get health. We go here, we get an upgraded Cybolt damage, which we don't really use. Our willpower will go up by 2. I say we go the route of Terminator armor. Then again, do the hammer hand disciple. Striking adjacent targets deal 4 damage, plus 100% critical rating. God, I'll do this one though. The knight can now equip Terminator armor. Do you have to own Terminator armor though in order to give it to him? I think so. So we'll do this for now. Oh, we have another ability point. Can put something over here. His ability gets plus 1 crit damage. Or activate to give this ability effect bleed. 100%, 2 turns, afflicted target suffers 2 damage a turn. Let's do that. Cause them to bleed. Bleed their own blood. I like that.
Confirming this promotion will apply your ability choices to Ulrich, permanently increasing his rank.
Yeah, let's do that. Good job, Ulrich. Stratagem.
Excellent. When you are finished, please join me at the star map.
Sure. Star map.
Our ship is in dire need of repair. We had best set a course for Titan and debrief the Grand Masters.
Sure.
Issue the travel order to begin our return to Titan.
And click again. Oh, I just hit travel. Double click apparently isn't a thing in this game. At least not in the starship. Whoop, speed ahead, Mr. Sulu. Do. And then we travel. Do. And we go again. Do. Something's happening. En route to Titan. Korma Astrophere Junction. Something sector. Of course, we can't have just a smooth ride now, can we?
Baleful edict. In the name of the God Emperor.
Dominus, who is this interloper?
Code scrapings indicate an inquisitorial transmission.
Baleful edict. Prepare for my arrival.
Duty calls, Commander. We should open a Vox link.
Inquisitorial vessel. Permission granted to come aboard.
Oh, here comes somebody. We're about to have just a peaceful drive, and now it's all ruined. Now there's one person slowly walking down the hall, really cheesing up this cutscene.
God Emperor, I found you. I must commandeer this vessel at once.
Impossible. We are bound for Titan. The edict cries out for repair.
The tech priest speaks the truth, Inquisitor. Our last crusade bled us dry.
I'm not blind, Knight. But heresy does not operate at our convenience. My destination is Koromar Prime, within this very system. Not such a taxing journey, I'd expect.
And what is it that you hope to find there?
This.
Beneath rotting skies, the air thickens with a world's final breath. Seeds planted in flesh and bone, watered with blood and tears.
Not tears.
Alone in the garden.
Salt in those. Nothing's gonna grow.
These are scraps of astropathic whimsy.
There's more.
It grows. It spreads. A great dispersal upon the etheric wind. The bloom proliferating. First, then Koromar, then world after world. Its roots spread from an ancient veil. Inquisitor, hear me! Hear me! Hear me!
Over here, you could have just said that once.
Tends the garden.
The gardener?
The astropath sacrificed himself to send that message.
Now you
wanted to know.
understand why we must investigate.
Commander, we cannot risk further damage to this vessel.
It is the
true.
chapter ship, Dominus. The Inquisitor has every right to request our support.
It is not a request.
Oh, she's taking it. Essentially what's
Commander,
happening.
with your leave, we will set our course for this Koromar Prime.
Yes. Good. That will do for now.
At this point, the tech priest is just thinking, God, I wish we gatekeep more often in this ranks, but nope. Now look what's happening. Our ship stolen. Worlds afflicted with disease have some level of Nurgle corruption, but this is higher than anticipated. We should investigate this further. That is the army I use, the Plague. The Plague Boys. I like my Plague Boys.
If we do not investigate this threat, the consequences will be dire.
Not dire. Light infestation. Oxus. Unknown minions of chaos. Chaos has been detected. Am I supposed to click something with you? Like, what do you want me to do here? Go away.
Commander, it is our duty to support this Inquisitor.
Sure.
But we should complete this task as swiftly as we can. The Grand Masters on Titan are waiting for our report.
And I'm sure they are just anticipating that. Paperwork? In all honesty, though, paperwork's probably the better than doing this.
Report. Signals from quarantine beacons detected in the upper atmosphere, but the surface itself is silent.
So silent.
Plague, Commander. Send your squad to the surface.
Knights of Titan, you are the instrument of the Emperor's will. Make planetfall and discover if the Inquisitor's fears are founded.
Alright, we'll go investigate it.
You should
because
evaluate
she
your
said
knight's
so.
armaments and ensure they are best suited to the battle at hand.
Sure. Press left click to configure the knight's equipment. Do we have something else? Load out.
The Nemesis Force
Maybe.
halberd can inflict a choose which halberd you would like to equip. Your options will be limited until we return to Titan.
Ektar's reach. Those have Dragar's reach. Is there a difference? +1 crit. Whereas this one gives +5% crit. Darg's reach. Let's use that one. Back. 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 Teleportarium. Start mission. So are they actually like teleporting? Or am I like in a drop pod that just kind of sinks into the ground? Afflictions are negative effects that generally last for a limited number of turns. Thank you, hint,
Commander,
for game loading
have your
screen.
men look for signs of this plague.
Be vigilant, brothers.
Looks like we gotta go this way.
As ordered. All spec sensors detecting nearby foes.
Ooh. What's this? What does that mean?
We strive.
Guess kind of used it that turn, whatever it is.
Seeking the tainted.
As ordered. Moving now.
Bloom rises.
Iolanthus.
What's this thing? Is it like an explosion? It's exactly what it is. Probably something that I shoot that explodes. So let's not do that while one of our guys is around.
Moving out.
Knights! Knights! It's a recolored skin version of the same character we already fought.
Enemy sighted.
You can review detailed information about unit stats and abilities. Highlight the enemy, press the middle button. Hey, look at that. We got a character model. Suppressive fire, range auto, target an enemy, undercover at range 14. If that enemy acts, it suffers 6 damage. Hunker down, gain +1 armor, ends turn, immune autos. Cover shot, range attack, shoot at an enemy at a range 14 to destroy their cover. It's real rude. Real rude. Can you attack that? No. And it's gonna be a while before you can really do anything. So
Advancing.
move you there, and it's can't really do anything there. Boop. Oh no, we can. There we go. Confirm. Beautiful.
Slaughtered.
Yeah, they were. Let's get you in closer. Why not?
As you will.
You are the melee man.
Taking position.
Is that all 3 of your things? Oh yeah, here's one. Yeah.
It
There.
will be done.
And don't really have much cover for anything, so I should go back behind here. Oh, yeah, it's a psychic teleporter. Cost 1 AP. That's gonna use all of it though. Wish I would have seen that sooner. Let's put you in some Overwatch.
Onward, brothers.
Stay down!
Good covering fire.
Attack! Kill them all! Eat this!
Ow. And he's in Overwatch now too. Ow.
Ball monster!
How about we do this now?
Gliding through the gloom. On my way.
Why did you walk in front of his
demon
bolt?
shall avoid its fate. Yes, Commander. Your command.
Why? No. You're supposed to go around.
Glory to Xiphos!
Yes, sir.
Feel
Confirm.
my wrath! I am
Keep it
his will. Sanctified
Split
and
right in
purged.
half. Where's your reload? Oh, he did reload. Guess he just does that automatically.
But once,
Guess we'll just have you overwatch here.
they shall not pass.
We strive. None may hide from our warp sight. As you will.
That was the full
Moving
movement.
out!
Oh, another enemy over there. And the bloom continues to rise.
The Emperor lights our path. As you will.
Hey, now I can see those guys. Old poxwalkers.
Wait, that creature.
Inquisitor, we have seen the dead walk in this way before.
As have I. Poxwalkers are evidence of warp corruption. This is no natural plague.
We bring death!
And party favors. Hey, poppers.
Foe wounded!
Yeah, they were. Actually, how much AP do you have? 2. Oops, didn't want to do that. I want you to move.
Moving out!
And then Overwatch.
Moving now.
Do the same. If you Overwatch.
They shall not pass. As ordered. Waiting for targets.
Because they're poxwalkers, of course they're going to come in for a melee attack.
As you command.
Confirm. Here we go, kill
I
a
will need to
field.
examine this corpse and
I will not tolerate this contamination spreading to
Darn.
my servitors.
They got around.
do not obstruct me, tech priest. I will follow proper protocols.
Storm.
Yeah, yeah.
No match for the Emperor's chosen!
Should
A satisfactory effort. Now return with my
Achievement
carcass so I
unlocked.
can set
An
to work.
We will
earlobe.
deliver them to you as soon as containment is properly confirmed and sanctified.
Be swift about it. If this plague has already spread beyond this planet, then we will have far more ground to cover.
Guess I should have spread my Overwatch out a little more, huh? Victor goes to me. On XCOM 2, they have mods for the game that lets you put in Warhammer things. I wonder if there's going to be a mod maker that will put in XCOM 2 things inside of this game. Be hilarious. In El Omen, we've located evidence of vile poxwalkers on this planet. The Plague Lord's work. We have recovered a body so that Inquisitor Vakir can investigate further. That's it. That's all we done.
Only in death
Light
does duty end.
What's up with one?
Mission objectives achieved, Commander. Our guest wishes to speak with you in the Libris.
To the Libris. I mean, I pronounce it library, but tomato, tomato. Got quite the entourage for you going just to a library.
I must commend you on this impressive archive of demonic lore, Commander. It rivals some I've seen in inquisitorial fortresses. I will require it as a base of operations for my studies.
Sure.
I respect your authority in matters of combat, but I must remain until I can ascertain some solution to this plague. I am, of course, open to recommendations on which lines of study you feel would best serve the mission. I must insist, however, on beginning my research with a necropsy of the Poxwalker carcass your brothers recovered. I am certain they hold a key to understanding this corruption.
Yep, and that's what we're gonna do. You get to be my religious scientist. Because that makes sense. Research menu.
I will conduct a necropsy of the recovered corpse to see what I can learn.
Okay. Let's research Poxwalker necropsy. Signs of malevolent force behind this plague. I am certain that within the carcass of the infected, I will find further clues to its source.
I shall begin at once.
If you
Inform
already
your
know
crew
what
that I am not to be
demon it
disturbed.
comes from, then what the hell? Where's this source from? I mean, all of our books speak of Nurgle and that these are his creatures, but where could this possibly source from? Alright, let's go back.
Commander, I toil with a critical lack of resources. I request you attend me in the Manufactorum.
Okay then, we shall do that. Manufactorum. Just does everyone have a slow cutscene? It's impressive machinery. We have to put a cutscene to it. Just look at that spinning wheel of what we assume is flame or just one giant light bulb. Oh, look! A platform. With more hollow coffins.
My servitors have restored the Manufactorum to operational use.
Cool.
But the edict remains severely damaged.
Yeah, it's not good.
Without access to a proper dockyard, restoration will be slow and limited by the resources we can requisition from Titan or nearby inquisitorial enclaves. As of this moment, reviving the edict's core power output takes absolute primacy.
Alright, well, you heard the machine man. Ship status.
I must improve the edict's power output in order to conduct more extensive repairs.
Cool, let's do that then. repair. It's gonna take 6 days. Is that it? Yep. Go back.
I must now interface with the logic engines. I trust you have a great deal to attend to.
No, I'm sure I do.
Commander, I have adjusted the star map to display our current sector. However, our intelligence here is sparse. I suggest we bide our time until the Dominus restores power to our scanners.
Sure, let's do that. Look at time just flying by. 6 days. So the skull's just floating in front of you.
The Dominus has restored the star map to its full function.
Taking selfies?
We are receiving a barrage of scanning data and astropathic scrapings from across the sector. This plague appears to have already spread its tendrils far. We are faced with reports of two infected systems. We should monitor this infestation carefully and judge where best to direct our forces while the Inquisitor pursues her answer. Failure will cost many souls.
Many souls. I mean, not my soul, but other people's souls. My soul was already spent. Commander, I have completed repairs of the plasma reactor. Our reconstruction efforts can proceed once again. Isn't that great? Let's do a new project. Let's talk.
Protocol demands a preliminary salutation. Consider this requirement fulfilled.
Cool. Protocol demands a primarily salutation. This requirement fulfilled. That's you're just so kind. Now we must activate quantum protocols with that Proxwalker specimen. How long did you know, Commander Arkvin? What is the status of your construction efforts?
I will not have the edict put at risk, even for an Inquisitor.
Yeah, you're gonna stand there and go, huh? Because that's all you got. Huh. This is no ordinary corruption. Well, your request is redundant, Commander. I had the protocols initiated the moment it came onto my ship. I will not have the edict put at risk, even for an Inquisitor. Agreed, Commander. That is why I have investigated 7 layers of redundancies, as well as the highest security protocols, and even a binarious Rubik mesh placed over the baleful edict. Contingenter system. The ship will remain sterile. Well, I'm glad hygiene is definitely what you're thinking about. We'll hold up until we are done in the sector.
The baleful edict has never let any of the brotherhoods that have traveled in her down.
Cool. Still, the Inquisitor's demands are exacting. Yes, we are operating on her time scale now.
That is the way of the Inquisition.
No one expected the Inquisition. They are often illogical, driven by the vulgarities of flesh. Instant results required even when a dispassionate analysis would prove beneficial. The dangers of minds unenhanced by the omnissiah? Yes, omnissiah, sure, why not? Let us discuss something else. How long did you know Commander Agravian? You know, the guy in the beginning who's dead now.
For the Commander for the past 22 years.
22 years. Although the vagaresses of travel within the warp mean any span of time is approximate. He had the respect of the Battle Brothers and crew.
He was a leader in the Grey Knights, so he was revered.
However, my own analysis has his mission success rate at a mere 99.7%. He spent many hours in contemplation over the 0.3% inadequacy whenever I reminded him of it. You may be 99.7% perfect, but I'm gonna keep telling you you're still 0.3 imperfection. How would you have dealt with an Inquisitor?
He did not suffer fools, or those that dared countenance his authority.
That isn't what you said here. Proportionately, while he would not welcome them on board, the commander upheld the traditions of the chapter's relationship with the Inquisition. However, he did not suffer fools or those that dared countenance his authority. A quick probability scry suggests there is a 73.6% chance that had Aggravid still been in command, he would have been in confrontation with Inquisitor Valkyrie. It's too bad he's not here now. It seems he had an influence. Your defiance towards an Inquisitor is curious.
Defiance suggests an emotional need to obstruct or obfuscate.
I merely state the truth. The Bayful Edict is in need of respite after our losses against the Kaidium. We serve the Emperor and must go where he requires.
Indeed, I serve the Omnissiah.
It is Omnissiah. It is by his mechanical will that we ply the stars. The Omnissiah is a machine? The Emperor and the Omnissiah, they are one and the same, yes.
The Ecclesiarchy's imperial creed carries only a muted echo of the machine god's true will.
Come, such words should not surprise an Asteris. After all, you may revere the Emperor, but I know it is not your creed to worship him, especially the Grey Knights, who can trace their gene seed directly to the Golden Throne. Discuss something else. So much talking, huh? What is the status of our construction efforts?
There is no active project, which is alarmingly inefficient. I have made additional offerings to the Omnissiah to stave off his wrath at such flagrant indolence.
I see. Well, let us discuss something else. That's all for now.
Attend to repairs.
Sure, let's pick something else. What do we got? Augments, chamber, what's over here? +4 capacity, +1 recruit rank. +4 servitors. The cost of servitors to begin the construction project. So we can get ourselves, like, what, a barracks? Looks like both of them want the Ogtrium. See, we'll do that. Repair the augmentation chamber. Has been damaged and restored. Until we repair it, we will have to requisition all additional servitors from the storehouse on Titan. Let's repair. 12 days. Here we go. Back. What do we got here? Valkyr?
You have my attention, Knight.
That was your poxwalker
This one
specimen.
appears to be some kind of host. An object is nestled within.
Ooh, an object, you say? Is that
It
unusual?
is different from what I've seen with these puppets in the past.
This is undoubtedly the work of one of the Plague God's minions, but its vector is unusual. I will let you know once I have completed my findings.
If we must.
Discuss something else. I have not worked directly with an Inquisitor
The
before.
Grey Knights will be needed in this task, and it is your duty to marshal them.
Ah, that is irrelevant to me. The Grey Knights will be needed in this task, and it's your duty to marshal them. Marshal. I have already seen that the Bayful Edict lost its commander on the preceding mission. I will not accept such failure under my guidance.
I had previously been hunting heretics siphoning power directly from the Hadex anomaly, not far from your previous campaign.
Once I directed my astropath to recover the stolen energy, she had the vision I shared with you when I arrived. Her message, is it ominous?
Divining the visions of astropaths is an art in itself.
But its omen is both dire and immediate. Of that I'm certain. She spoke of a garden. Is it metaphorical or literal? I must delve into the records of my peers to reveal if there are similar references. I could correlate.
If we must.
Discuss something else.
Yes,
Let's
you've
not
taken enough of
actually.
my
Let's leave. Ecta.
Come, let us talk over what troubles you, brother.
Is the Inquisitor an aid or a
She
hindrance?
already makes demands on a ship
Potentially
badly
both.
in need of restitution.
But we should heed her request, at least while our goals are aligned. So we are honor bound to her.
Even we must respect the authority
Go,
of the
Commander.
Inquisition when the situation demands it.
You are known, neophyte. Even we must respect the authority of the Inquisitor when the situation demands it. We may get some leeway for who we are, but the Inquisitor's answers only to him. Look at you with all the GW lettering all over your armor. Aren't you just probably like worth 40 bucks?
It is a term that has fallen out of fashion.
I note you invoked us as chamber militant. It is a term that has fallen out of fashion. It's one of those cancelled words. Gotta be careful about that. Yet it is an ancient law that each inquisitorial ordo has a dedicated military arm to use when they require. We, in theory... Oh, there goes the hour. We, in theory, can be called upon by the Ordo Malleus, to which she belongs. I'm just going to do that's all for now.
Aids you, brother.
Because there's going to be more talking from this point. Yeah, when I looked over at my timer and seen that there was like 7 minutes left, I was like, I'm not going to have enough time to go into another fight, because they do take long. That's just the kind of thing that happens, but hey. We got past the tutorial, we got past... I think we're actually kind of coming out of the tutorial here at the end. So, out of the tutorial, essentially, within the hour. Which is understandable. These kind of games, I think in the beginning, start off long form. And then from there, it's just all going places, doing things, trying to survive. I enjoy these kinds of games, though. I give this one a thumbs up. For Warhammer games, let me do this real quick. For Warhammer games, not all of them are really great. I myself am not super into the Warhammer lore. Like, what I know is what I know from the video games that I've played. So, like, Fire Warrior on the PlayStation 2, I played that, enjoyed it. Then there is... What is it called? Oh, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. I was going to talk about it when I was doing this. I can't remember now. It's the ones where you fight just the waves of rats. And it's Warhammer Fantasy based. I've played Blood Bowl before on the video game version, not the board game. I have a starter set that I purchased that had Poxwalkers versus Knights. I wanted to be something that was actually like away from the Imperial Knights and things like that. And I was like, Chaos is cool. And then when I saw like the Plague Walkers and Nurgle and these demons and things like that, I was like, I think I'll do this. I'll be the Plague people. It would have been either them or the Terminus. Pretty sure that's what they're called. Just like the Zerg, essentially. Orcs would have been pretty cool too. They had was it a third-person shooter type game that was like multiplayer, where you could pick and choose whether you want to be like Chaos, Space Marine, or Orcs, and like you fought, and your character leveled up, and you got more weapons and armor and things like that. It's like Eternal something, and it's not around anymore, unfortunately. It got shut down. I played the Warhammer 40k MMO when it was fantasy. It was Warhammer, not 40k, I don't know why I said that. Warhammer Fantasy MMO. When that came out, God, I forget how long ago. That got closed down too. And that was something that I realized with a lot of these kinds of licensed type games, because Game Workshop is more like tabletop. I don't think they really have their own video game studio, which they should. As much video games as they put out, they're kind of third-party titles. As is Total War Warhammer is going great. I mean, they're up to a third one so far, and I enjoy Total War a lot. And Total War Warhammer, really good. Then they have 40k. God, was it Dark something? Another one that came out. It looks kind of boring. It reminds me of Left 4 Dead. And it looks like it'll get dull fast. Like, it looks like you'll have fun playing it with your friends for the first 2 or 3 missions. And then at that point, it kind of starts to, like, decline from there. This game looks like it has great potential. It plays like XCOM, which is something I really like. And I noticed that with Warhammer, it seems like they're trying to make every possible version of Warhammer into like every type of game they have. I mean, they have an RTS version of Warhammer, you've got an RPG version of Warhammer, first-person shooter version of Warhammer, they got a Doom version of Warhammer that's coming out, or is out now, with Boltcaster. You've got a zombie wave plague fight death version, which is like a survival, I guess. And all you need is like Warhammer Minecraft to come in here, and you'll conquer all of that. You've got sports with Blood Bowl. I don't think they have a racing game. They had Gothic Armada 2, which was ship combat, so you have that there. Oh man, they did everything. There was a Corsair one that I played that was a fantasy base where it was boats and pirates, kind of things like that. And I actually did enjoy playing that version. Corsair wasn't that bad. But yeah, there's so many Warhammer games out there. It can get a tad bit overwhelming. I say find what types of games that you like to play and get that version of Warhammer. That's the one to get. But not all of them are really entertaining. I think what makes it better is if you are actually into the Warhammer's lore and that type of particular franchise, play the tabletop war games, you're the one person who, likes to throw money at other people because those miniatures are so expensive. Until you get a 3D printer, then suddenly they're just not expensive. $80 for a book? It's what you can pay now for Warhammer. Until you try to compete in competitions or something like that. And you can't now, because your models aren't official. But yeah, that's it. And it's got a thumbs up. I would play this game again. I'm going to add it to the list. And maybe, just maybe, we'll come back and we will play these things to completion to finish them. That's something I started doing is with the New Year, New Game. We're playing a lot of these new games, but I'm realizing that I am starting these games and I am not finishing them. And it kind of is like defeating the purpose of what I want to do when I play video games, and that's finish them. I want to complete the games. I play them for an hour, I move on, bring on another game for an hour. I do have some games, like I started playing Age of Wonder 4, but I don't think there's really a completion so much on that. You have a little unlocked tile that you can get from points from like playing the game in itself, and there's different starter maps that you can do. So I guess like playing on all these different starter maps and going and unlocking all these things would be finishing the game. There's a story to it too. You can also walk through that, and I guess that would also be considered finishing the game. But I just enjoy those types of strategy-based games, and I just make random characters now and play it. I was going to record myself playing the game, and I started to, but then I realized it's really not that exciting. It's not. I like it because it's a tactic-based war game, which I find interesting, and all I do is I just sit here and I put something on TV and just relax. It's like a relax game for me. It's a time passer type game for me. And it's getting to a point. I'm now on my 3rd map with Age of Wonders 4, and getting kind of like repetitive. A lot of the same types of monsters you encounter, and people you encounter kind of double encounters of like the same types of generals that they have. I figured that they would make them kind of like randomized, because they have a whole character creation section. Why would you not just randomize all the ones, and then the pre-generated characters that you made, leave that for players to use, and then randomly generate everything else? And that's just like, they have random generated names. You could change the names of these people, and they don't. So I guess also too, some of your characters that once you have completed in your Pantheon, you can elevate. and then they have a chance of showing up in one of your maps, and you can befriend them to help you. And I had one now in the third map, but it's also a pre-gen character, so I don't know if it's like, is this the Pantheon that I ascended to, or is this just the pre-generated character through Age of Wonders 4 when I was testing it out. I'm going off topic. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Chaos Gate over here. Chaos Gate Demon Hunters Warhammer 40k game that is good. It's good. I recommend it. Play it, enjoy it, love it. And I hope that you all enjoyed watching this as well. You can purchase this for yourself if you'd like through Steam, which is how I am playing this game. It is available on Steam. If there is a link to Humble Bundle, which I know that it's sold on Humble Bundle, I will include it in the description below. You can click on that link and go and purchase it from Humble Bundle. I want to let you know too, Humble Bundle Choice, actually this is where this game was from. So this month, in the month of May, or in May or March? May. So in the month of May, Humble Choice's Choice, one of their main two big games, is actually this game, which was awesome because this was on my wish list. So it helps kill off some of the wish list things. I've seen other people play it and was like, gotta play that game. Put it on the wish list. We'll wait to see if it goes on sale. I did one thing too where it was like, oh, this game's on sale for $5, and then the Humble Choice came out, and that $5 game that I bought was a part of Humble Choice. I get a bunch of different keys too for games, and what happens with that is people who friend me on Steam, it'll show like, hey, your friend has this on their wish list, and then I'll just message them and go, hey, here's the game code for that game. Congratulations, it's yours now. No extra cost, no nothing. I'm just trying to play games. I just want you to play games. Go out there, play games. Old school retro games, brand new games, mobile games. I don't know, mobile gotcha games maybe not so much, but I can't talk. I've put a lot of money into Marvel Snap. I'm going off topic again. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next game. Goodbye.